Welcome back to the chapter number 4, Pharmacokinetics, the second part of that where we left last time. We're going to start with the excretion. Excretion processes remove the drugs from the body. So it is the last step of the pharmacokinetics. As we saw in the picture in the previous video, there are methods of excretion, then is by the kidney and by the large intestine. But other than that, the elimination or the excretion from the body can be done by exhalation or sweating as well. So involves kidneys, respiratory tract, bile, or the glands as well. Enterohepatic recirculation. Recirculating drugs, they are metabolized by the liver, then they're excreted by the kidneys. If you see this process, in this process of enterohepatic recirculation, the bile is circulated back to the liver, where it contains the drugs are metabolized and then excreted by the kidneys. Elimination of the drugs through the bile may result in the prolonged drug action. So in this picture, it's very clear that they are explaining from the liver. Bile is transported from the liver to the small intestine by the way of the gallbladder. And then it goes down underneath over here in the stomach. Bile salts here, the absorbent circulated back to the liver by the way of the capillaries of the digestive tract and hepatic portal vein. So this is how the recirculation goes on. Now, rate of elimination, how much is the elimination going? Half-life, what is the half-life of the drug? When we say half-life, means the name as it is, half-life. Half of the drug is consumed by the body and characterizes the influence drug responsiveness. So elimination is it measured so that dosages can be determined. Half-life is T half, like how much is the length of time required for a drug's concentration to decrease by 1/2 to ensure the maximum therapeutic dosages are administered by that. Next, drug concentrations need to be within the therapeutic range to be effective without being toxic. Now, what is therapeutic range? Therapeutic range, they decided between, they made a value, they made a formula to explain therapeutic range, which is described as a difference between a minimum effective concentration and a minimum toxic concentration. So let's give you an example for here to understand well. If I say, what is the therapeutic range of a Tylenol? So Tylenol range starts for an adult is 250 milligrams. If you're going to take 100 milligram, it's not going to work on you because for an adult, the minimum effective value for the Tylenol should be 250 milligrams. So that is considered as minimum effective concentration of any drug to start the effect in your body. Then is the minimum toxic concentration. We know that there is a maximum level of up to 4,000 or 3,200 milligrams in 24 hours that we should not be going beyond that. So that will become the minimum toxic concentration. So every single drug made in the world comes into the therapeutic range. Some drugs, they have a wide therapeutic range and others, they have a very narrow windows for the therapeutic range, but every drug has it. Now, loading dose, maintenance dose causes the differing therapeutic responses. Accumulation of the drug reaches a plateau, maintaining the drug concentration in therapeutic range. It takes 4 half-lives to reach. Now, we need to understand what is a loading dose and what is a maintenance dose. Sometimes, again, I'll take an example of Tylenol. The loading dose. The patient comes with a very high pain. We give them extra strength Tylenol. We give them 2 tablets of extra strength tablets to reduce his pain. So we give 500 plus 500 is 1,000 at the start. That's an initial amount required to the therapeutic range. That is the loading dose. Sometimes we double the dose to speed up the response. But now we know that he is stable. So we're going to come back. We're going to say, okay, on the maintenance therapy, we'll be giving only 1 extra strength tablet 3 times a day. So that is called as the maintenance dose, which is the daily dose to maintain the range. I think it's clear between loading and the maintenance dose now. Next is therapeutic range is maintained. They are showing us on the graph. It's nothing drug A, drug B. We're going to start from 0. It goes up to the therapeutic range. Now, effectiveness of the drug therapy. Factors that influence the effectiveness of drug therapy is the concentration or the dose of administered drug, metabolic rate. It's lower always in children and in older patients. In adults, the metabolic rate is okay. Now, frequency of the drug dosing, we're going to see according to the genetically. Food-drug interactions, we have to take care for the rate of elimination. If we have to watch the drug-drug interactions, then half-life or T half of the administered drug to be taken in consideration. For the absorption rate, changing medical condition for liver, for kidney diseases, then we have to watch through for those steps. That finishes with your chapter, Pharmacokinetics. Again, a brush up, ADME, absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion. So drug responsiveness dependent on the rate of drug elimination and half-life characteristics. Drug therapeutic range, therapeutic response affected by loading and maintenance doses. That finishes up with your chapter. I know it's a little overwhelming chapter, new things to learn, but still remember, I'm always there to help you with all of your questions. But if you go to read the book first, it will make your many concepts clear. But otherwise, you can ask me questions anytime. Thank you.